He said, Brother Hovind, how does that save me $50,000? Well, calm down, relax, I'm getting there. We went out to the van, sat in the back seat of the old Chevy van. I said, son, I love you very much. He said, I know, Daddy. I said, son, I told you to sit still. You did not sit still. What happens when you disobey, Daddy?
Welcome back, gang, to Project Nihilist. We're gonna go off the rails on this crazy train.
Hey! Not now, minion.
Before we get into Kent saving us $50,000 because he cured a defenseless child's dentophobia using his mighty rod on Eric's behind.
What do you think, lads? Spare the rod, spoil the child.
A couple of days ago, I came across a live stream and Ken Hovind popped in. We're going to watch just a few minutes from that, and I'll leave a link in the description, but let's get into why this whack job shouldn't be allowed around children ever again.
It's over. So I certainly don't owe her anything. Okay, neither does the ministry owe her anything. We paid way more than we promised. Okay, we went overboard trying to get her back. Now, she has done so much damage to the cause of Christ with her YouTube channel.
What an awful woman. How dare she make Jesus cry and whatnot. In heaven, Ken will have an app on his phone where he gets to watch all of his wives burning in hell while getting high fives from his bestest friend.
The judge who found me guilty of body slamming her did not even have any ears. I mean, physically does not have ears. He goes by hearing aids.
You heard that correctly, folks. The judge was incapable of listening to Ken Hovind's bullshit.
You listen to the tape. Tell me the exact second when anybody can find out when I body slammed her. Here's pictures up on screen here. This is where it happened, right there. Maybe you can make it larger. This is our kitchen. I came out of the bedroom, and she'd been texting all night from the other bedroom. She said, are you going to answer all my texts? She had been sleeping in the other bedroom about 60% of the time.
You're gaslighting me. You're just saying shit.
Gaslighting.
Yes, you
Stop gaslighting me.
She came out and said, you're going to answer all my texts. Like, I got nothing else to do. She's up all night texting, okay?
It sounds to me like Cindy took some space, texted Kent, trying to let cooler heads prevail, and he was like, fuck her. I got to sleep too, folks.
So I calmly sat down. I said, Cindy, you know I've been told by my attorneys. We have two attorneys on our staff, on our board here. Attorney J.R. Hughes in Michigan and attorney Alex Alfano.
Wait, fossil sell for a bunch of money?
Yeah, so what? Maybe Kent didn't body slam his wife, but his psychological warfare, driving her to critical mass, recording it and sharing it to everyone in his cult and everyone online under the guise of legal advice shows how awful, disgusting, disturbed, narcissistic, manipulative this fucking scumbag is. I spent a couple minutes scrubbing through that 3.5-hour live stream. Lucky for us, Big Bad Mama archives all of Kent's stupidity.
Kent Hovind is a child molester.
I'd never let someone say that on my channel. I'd use something a little more constructive, like Kent Hovind's a PDF file.
And you look at it, it's because his 6-year-old daughter was over at our house, and they lived right here in Cabin 5. And I broke my back and I've had whiplash twice. Somebody was massaging my back for me.
I watch a lot of parole hearings online of convicted felons, and it's not uncommon for them to blame their victims. Kent, the PDF gent, sounds just like him. Folks, it was her fault. She lived next door here. Little girl's father tells the story in that live stream, and it goes a little something like this.
I'm the foot fucking master.
Somebody was massaging my back for me, and she came in and said, can I do your feet? I said, well, sure. So the 6-year-old girl rubbing my feet, for my broken foot.
Got my technique down and everything. I don't be tickling or nothing.
I have pain all the time, but I never complain. Never complain. Never complain. Okay. Never complain. Never complain. Okay.
Hurry up, girl. I want to do my turn. Grab that thing.
But I never complain.
Suck them
Never
juices
complain.
off.
Never complain. Okay.
That's it.
Check out this fucking meth head scratching his fleas. Like, Kent is twitching like a crackhead you caught stealing your television. And he's like, oh, I'm going to take it to the pawn shop to get gauzed, and I'll bring it back next week. And you're like, well, I don't want to be stabbed by a rusty shiv. Thanks, Kent. Take my fucking TV.
Would you give a guy a foot massage?
I have pain all the time, but I never complain. Never complain. Never complain. Okay.
You know, I'm kind of tired. I could use a foot massage myself.
Yo.
I'm super looking forward to Kent inviting me to DAL for some mutual foot rubbing. All that I ask is equal time and 1 foot at a time. We'll live stream it. It won't be creepy at all.
How many of you would be interested if I could save you $50,000?
Whoever can eat the most is going to walk away with $50,000.
I'm totally following along. If I can get 2 free $100 a day massages, I'll get like $73,000 in a year. God, Kent, you're a fucking genius. Please, sir, do go on.
When one of my sons was 7 years old, we went to the dentist. And the dentist said, Mr. Hovind, this kid has a cavity. I said, yes, sir, I knew about it. Are you talking about the big one up here or just one in his tooth?
You know, Kent's not lying right here. He's talking about little Eric and how dumb he is. And you know he said it in front of him so many fucking times that it probably gave him a complex.
He said, well, just the one in his tooth. The only one we can fix. I said, okay, doc, let's fix it. So the dentist said, now listen, son, you're going to have to sit still. Hold real still. Open your mouth real wide. And I'm going to give you a shot. You're going to give me a shot? Yeah, calm down, calm down. I'm going to give you a shot. You're going to drill the bad stuff out and fill it with silver, and you'll be out of here in no time. No problem. Well, he tried to sit still. But when the dentist pulled out that 12-foot needle and poured in 10 gallons of lidocaine, he freaked out, lost control.
Oh, I'm so angry. I hope you set that little shithead straight.
Kicking, screaming. Have you ever seen a kid do that in the dentist chair? Maybe you've done it yourself a time or two. He wanted out of there now. So the doctor called the nurse, and she came in and sat on him, and I sat on him, and the doctor sat on him, and we tried to hold him still, but man, you got to hold real still for that stuff.
Look, I was in like 2nd or 3rd grade, 5 to 8 years old, and had to have 2 baby teeth pulled out. Totally sucked. I hated it. They fed me nitrous oxide.
And finally, the dentist was getting all nervous. He said, man, I can't do this. He's got to hold still. I said, Doc, let me take him outside and talk to him for a few minutes. Maybe I can calm him down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Wow, that actually seems pretty sensible. You can take your child outside, talk to him about how, look, life sucks. This isn't going to be the worst thing you go through. But no, what does Kent do?
We went out to the van, sat in the back seat of the old Chevy van. I said, son, I love you very much. He said, I know, Daddy. I said, son, I told you to sit still. You did not sit still. You did not sit still. What happens when you disobey, Daddy?
Hell, I don't know, Daddy. I just kind of hoping that your solution isn't to beat the fucking living shit out of me. I mean, because it isn't obvious that's what you're going to do, right? I mean, seriously. Ken Hovind is about to beat the shit out of his child.
He said, you get a spanking? I said, that's correct. Bend over. And boy, did I give him a spanking. It was a doozy. A few minutes later, the smoke is rising off his hind end, and the tears are coming down his cheeks, and the pearls are coming out of his nostrils. I mean, the whole thing.
Kent, don't chuck your pearls before pigs. At least they trample them underfoot and turn back and fuck you up.
I said, now listen, son, we're going to go back in the dentist office, and you're going to sit in that chair.
Take a good hard look at these pigeons. They ignore bread rolls and are more interested in tiny little crumbs.
And if you wiggle one time, I'm not going to yell at you. I'm just calmly going to take you back out to the van and give you 2 spankings like you just got.
You know, if Kent was so confident in his child abuse, he wouldn't have to sneak his child off into privacy to fuck him up.
It must have been Tuesday. He was wearing his cornflower blue tie.
And then we're going to go back in the dentist office, and if you wiggle, I'm going to bring you back out and give you 3 spankings in a row like you just got. And we're going to go back and forth all day until I get tired.
Think about it, sweetheart.
I'm just now remembering that Kent is actually telling me about how I can save 50,000 woolons.
You know what the world is like? It's like a boiling pot with a soggy stew inside. Nothing in it stands out.
And I played tennis for years, son. I have an excellent forehand smash, as you well know.
Jesus, Kent Christ Hovind, we get it. You can beat up a frightened 7-year-old all day long because you're a tennis pro. Maybe you could get some of those cornholes or badmintons down there at your children's park. Then you could really bring in some of your target audience.
And we're going to go back and forth all day until I get tired.
We're off to blame in this 'tis too much proved that with devotion's visage and pious action we do sugar o'er the devil himself.
And I played tennis for years, son. I have an excellent forehand smash, as you well know.
What's that mean? Spare the rod.
It can't just be me. Kent's solution to a frightened child was just to keep beating the fuck out of it until it complied.
I don't think I'll get tired for a while. You know, folks, we went back in the dentist's office. That kid sat in the chair, opened his mouth, grabbed the handles, and didn't move a muscle. I don't think he even breathed for 20 minutes.
And for some reason, you're super proud of being so fucking dumb, you couldn't come up with another reason to talk to the boy, alleviate some of his fears, and get him through it.
Boy, the doctor drilled it out, filled it up. We were headed out the door. And the dentist said, Mr. Hovind, come here, please.
It just seems a little weird that a 7-year-old would need a new adult tooth filled.
I thought, uh-oh, what did I do now? He said, listen, Mr. Hovind, I don't know what you said to that kid outside.
That's a cool fucking story, bro. I suspect he was aware that you beat the fucking shit out of the child, and he wanted to kind of like call some attention to it, because you're a disgusting, terrible fucking human being. And, I don't know, maybe the dentist was a terrible person too.
I don't know what you said to that kid outside, but I'd like you to work for me around here. I said, no, sir, you don't want me working for you around here, man. The HEW would have me locked up the rest of my life.
I best pull out my and lay them busters down.
They got guns to my head.
You know, the difference, when he was in the dentist chair the second time, he was still scared of the dentist. That had not changed. But something had changed. Now, he was more scared of me.
In case you didn't know, Dr. Hovind is obsessed with not having to pay taxes.
We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. Gotta be handy with the steal, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Great psychological difference. He's more scared of me than anything in the world. That's the way I wanted it.
Let's pull out my and lay them busters down.
You say, Brother Hovind, how does that save me $50,000?
Don't blame me for that creepy-ass cut. Let me play it unedited again for you.
He's more scared of me than anything in the world. That's the way I wanted it. You say, Brother Hovind, how does that save me $50,000? Well, calm down, relax, I'm getting there.
Oh, what a beautiful story. Kent was offered a job beating the shit out of children too small to defend themselves from a narcissistic tyrant. Congratulations, Kent. You're one of the worst fucking people to ever exist. If somehow you're new to the channel, give me a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. What can I do better? How can I improve? Is Kent Hovind a scumbag? Like, I really want to know what you think.